Margaret, thanks very much for joining us today. Just tell me a little bit more about the company and the strategy.
So Irish Residential Properties REIT, we're the only residential REIT in Ireland, set up in 2014. We built a portfolio mainly out of the restructuring of the Irish economy through NAMA. We currently have 2,608 apartments under ownership and management across 21 multi-family apartment buildings, all located within Dublin and within good public transport access, good links. Very high quality portfolio, less than 10 years old. Each of the apartments are less than 10 years old. More built for private ownership rather than built to rent, so they're quite spacious and high quality. So we actually have a good operating model. We've leveraged the knowledge and IP of CapREIT in Canada and very much try to copy a market that's already doing this for the last 20 years very well. And we're probably the first doing professional management of rented accommodation in Ireland in a fully customer service focused way.
And how do you see that growing from here, Margaret? Because I guess the Irish market is relatively small, but is there enough for you to be able to continue growing just focused on the Irish market?
We built our current portfolio mainly out of the restructuring. I think going forward we've now reshaped the strategy in terms of future growth. We have a chronic supply shortage actually in the Irish market. We're producing output of maybe 15,000 units a year against a demand of about 30,000 per annum. We have a very strong economy. The population is projected to grow by another 2 million actually under projections by the Central Statistics Office over the next 30 years. So all the dynamics are strong, very young population. So our strategy is three prongs to it. Acquisitions, where they still make sense, so there's a lot more capital chasing those, and prices are getting quite steep. But we've been successful in actually buying a very nice building in May at a yield of 6.25%, a gross yield. We also have the capacity to build out about 600 units, adding about 25% onto the portfolio, which will come through in build between 2019 and 2021. And the third prong is partnering with local builders and developers. So we did a recent transaction there, which we're currently taking delivery of units, which worked very well for both parties. We locked in our pricing. We're getting a gross yield of about 7%. So it's actually very attractive. So we see more of that, I think, going forward. And I think our growth has to be partnered with the supply side.
Sure. And that sounds as though you've got quite a nice pipeline for the next 2-3 years.
2 years, yeah. And we're continuing to build on that as well. We run a very good operating model. We have 49 people on the ground. We do a full 24/7 service. We work on the basis of, convenience, customer service. It's new in the Irish market actually. We're probably in the infancy of a professionally managed rented sector. And it's an exciting time. We're trying to build a brand, I think, with it. We have a well-trained team, young team. So I was listening to WeWork the other day and I was thinking we're probably called We Live. We're in that dynamic too. And we have the opportunity to spread outside Dublin. We're currently, mainly all our assets are in Dublin, and we have the capacity to move outside Dublin as well.
Great. Thank you very much, Margaret, for sharing a little bit more about Irish Residential Properties REIT and also your kind of views on the strategy going ahead. Thank you.
Great, very nice.